Hello and welcome to my viewers. In this video, it was the start of our homebound trip back home on 29 March 2023. Our first overnight stop was at Sutherland. On the way, we stopped in Paarl at the Afrikaans Taal Monument, translates to Afrikaans Language Monument. We also took a quick ride through town as Stefanie wanted to see what Paarl looks like. We stopped for breakfast on the upper side of the N1 in Paarl at Drakenstein Shopping Centre. On the way, instead of using the 4-kilometer long Huguenot Tunnel, we opted for the longer and more scenic De Toys Pass, which is around 11 kilometers longer than the tunnel, but well worth the effort. The only problem with the pass is that it's mostly single lane and some trucks use this route to avoid the toll fees for the tunnel and can be challenging to overtake due to the curves and limited view ahead. We also made a turn at Matjiesfontein to explore this small town before our final leg for the day to Sutherland. And here we've arrived at Matjiesfontein. Matjiesfontein is a small central Karoo town with an area of less than 1,5 square kilometre. This town owes its existence to the Cape Government Railway, with a railway line to connect Kimberley Diamond Fields with Cape Town's port. The station was built in 1878. Matjiesfontein was originally a farm and a small depot until the farm was bought by a Scotchman named James Logan, who opened a refreshment station for passing trains and became a growing village. There are a few tourist attractions like the famous Lord Milner Hotel, which looks like you stepped back in time when entering this historic building. There is a gentleman whose father was a butler in the old hotel, and he gives a tour through the original residence and as a treat plays a few tunes on the old piano in the bar for a donation in his top hat, which he places on the piano for this purpose. The luxurious blue train, which runs between Pretoria and Cape Town, also stops at Matjiesfontein for an excursion where the passengers are treated for a tour and refreshments. When we arrived at Matjiesfontein, we didn't have enough fuel for the last 110 kilometers to Sutherland, and we thought that we might be able to get fuel in Matjiesfontein. However, we were informed that there are no petrol stations in Matjiesfontein and that we had to continue on with the N1 to the next town of Laingsburg, which is 30 kilometers further. And after refueling, we had to backtrack 30 kilometers to the intersection of Matjiesfontein and Sutherland for the last 110 km. On the way to Sutherland, we saw lots of wind farms for power generation, and we were later told that there are around 200 of them in the area, and more are planned. Unfortunately, they are not really assisting Eskom with power generation due to technical issues with the cables to feed into Eskom's network.
I wish I was out on a cloud, watching the earth tumble by. See things different for a little while. Had my feet in the dirt for some time. All my love for the endless skies. Oh, your charm warms my life. All my love for the endless skies. The way you move is stillness to mine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're up in the clouds once again.
When we reached Sutherland, we unloaded the bikes and headed to town to look for a place to relax with a cold one and dinner. We had a beer at Homeward pub and dinner at Blue Moon restaurant, which is in the main street of Sutherland. There I had a nice fresh lamb pot pie, and was that a treat. And for those who don't know, Sutherland is known for stargazing, and there are numerous places where you can view the stars and planets with telescopes. There is very little light and air pollution in the area. Unfortunately, we didn't do the stargazing thing, as we were quite tired after the day's riding. In the next episode is the second day of our trip home, which is between Sutherland and Richmond. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.